Well, hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Joanne. We have got a lot to talk about because we get to say goodbye to Gladys today. And if you've been on the channel for a while, you'll know that Gladys is the New South Wales Premier. But it means that we have Bruz until Tuesday when the Liberal Party are going to have their meeting to decide on a new leader. We've got that. We're going to look at Friendly Jordies' latest video because he sums it up perfectly. We also have to look at Katie Joy because she is, yes, I did see the Australian Financial Review cover, Poppy Seeds, talk about bad timing. So the Australian Financial Review actually had a cover feature of Gladys that had power. Well, we've seen what happened in power. Sorry, she was the New South Wales Premier, yes. That's right, she was. So, yeah, so Bruz is in charge until Tuesday. We need to look at Katie Joy because she was, again, on the Gabby Petito train today, and she cracked it because she only had 300 people watching, and she... You don't think he is? Yeah, I don't know. I can't, I to be honest with you, I don't know. But usually when the Premier steps down, the Deputy Premier goes into an acting Premier role. But here's my question. Why did she quit politics altogether? Why didn't she just stand aside as Premier and take a seat on the backbench until ICAC had done its investigation? Is she leaving politics because she knows that something's going to happen? That's my question. That's my question. Why is she leaving politics altogether? Why that seat? Oh dear. Well, Bruz has got a lot of things to worry about too, because he's got his another hearing for his defamation case. So let's start with Gladys. We'll do a quick recap of what happened today. We'll then watch Friendly Jordies because he's popped the champagne. I don't know. Physics down under, I don't know. Maybe she wants to go, well, we know that if you do the wrong thing in federal, you get promoted. And we're going to have a look at what different people have said about it. I mean, ScoMo described her as heroic. I have lots of things that I could say about her, Gladys, but heroic's not one of them. There has been talk of a spill for months. That is the thing. I know that there are lots of people that are celebrating in New South Wales today. ScoMo's probably a little bit sad, and other people. So we're going to have a look at some people's reactions. It's really quite interesting. And Helen Dalton, oh, she is sassy. I love Helen Dalton. To me, she should be Premier. So here's what we know. So over the past year, questions have hung over New South Wales Premier Gladys Berejiklian's relationship with Daryl Maguire, whom she had a 5-year-long secret relationship with. 5 years. The former Wagga Wagga MP resigned in disgrace in 2018. New South Wales Premier Gladys Berejiklian sent an alert just after midday announcing a significant announcement at 1 p.m. We're going to have a look at that order cook. It was classic. The Premier announced she would not only be standing down as Premier, but also from New South Wales Parliament entirely. She said the nature of an ICAC inquiry meant her political position was not tenable. There was an immediate outpouring of support or praise for her from both sides of politics. Many thanked her for her work in leading the state during droughts, bushfires, and the pandemic. The top job was quickly circled by several of her colleagues, although only Planning Minister Rob Stokes has officially put his hat into the ring. There are many other candidates, with frontrunner being New South Wales Treasurer Dominic, is it Perrottet? I don't know how to pronounce it. New South Wales Liberals have announced it will convene a meeting to choose its next leader on Tuesday the 5th of October. And ICAC is back on the 18th. So there you go. So that's essentially what we know. Hello, Kim. So let's have a look. Perite. Is it Perite? Oh, okay. See, look. So she said she had no option to resign after the Independent Commission Against Corruption announced an investigation into whether she'd breached public trust when she awarded grants to several community organisations between 2012 and 2018. She would stay in the job until her successor was found. So guess what? I guess we've been saved by Bruz. Good. So she's going to stay till Tuesday. Okay. Apparently Monday's a public holiday in New South Wales, so it's Tuesday. So it leaves plenty of time for the candidates to put their hand up. So Dominic Perrottet, he's got 5 children. Here's a question for you. How is he going to be Premier with 5 children? Or is that only a question we ask female candidates? And was that just really mean and nasty? Is it 5 or 6? Andrew Constance is another one. Oh, Perrottet, you reckon who he will be? Isn't he a person that doesn't believe in the lockdowns though? Hasn't he been fighting Gladys over lockdowns and doesn't believe in them? Rob Stokes is another one. Mark Speakman. It's only asked to females. I know, Kim, and that's why I said it. Because I read somewhere that he had 5 children, and it's like, well, hang on a minute. If it was a female candidate, if it was a female politician, we'd be asking about how he'd finished everything he needed to do, and so he didn't need a second term. Remember how we asked Gillard how she'd be PM unmarried with no kids and a hairdresser for a partner? Yes, that's right. That's what I'm saying. that was my point, is why isn't that question being asked? Oh, so he has been fighting over lockdowns, yes. Yeah. I thought there'd been lots of infighting. So ICAC's holding public hearings later this month to investigate whether there's a conflict between her public duties and private interests in relation to her relationship with then MP. No, I didn't hear him. So she said she was informed of the investigation yesterday afternoon and overnight made an extremely difficult decision to resign as soon as the Liberal Party could elect a new member. It pains to announce I have no option but to resign the office of Premier. Standing aside is not an option for me as new Premier of New South Wales. The people of the state need certainty as to who their leader is during a challenging time of the pandemic. Reading from a prepared statement, she said she regretted leaving while the state was in the grip of a pandemic, but the announcement by the ICAC had left her no other alternative. My resignation as Premier could not occur at a worse time, but the timing is completely outside of my control, as ICAC has chosen to take this action during the most challenging weeks of the most challenging time in the state's history. Now, it's interesting. I was talking to somebody today that was angry that ICAC would actually pick on her during the pandemic. Yes, there are people that saying that ICAC's at fault. Yeah, that was a Prime Minister, Kim, our Prime Minister. Yeah. She was then Prime Minister. So resigning at this time is against every instinct of my being and something I do not want to do. She announced she would be resigning as the Member of Parliament and would step down as soon as a by-election could be held. See, my point is, if you were innocent, wouldn't you remain a Member of Parliament and fight it? She said she was leaving politics as she did not want it to be a distraction to the government as it dealt with the pandemic. I have always acted with the highest level of integrity. I have absolutely no regrets during my time in public life. My only regret will not being able to finish the job to ensure people of New South Wales transition to living with COVID. I picked up that line as soon as she said it. It's not Kate's fault, you're corrupt. Dominic Perrottet to Miss Juglin for leadership and strength. Gladys has worked tirelessly before through the pandemic to protect the people of New South Wales from COVID-19. Well, we could debate that. And to ensure our great state remains strong and resilient. Over the coming days, I'll be talking to my family and colleagues about how I can best serve the people of New South Wales to continue to achieve these aims. Deputy Premier Bruz said Miss Juglin had led the state through some of its darkest days. Well, she did turn off the light. Everyone has the right to defend their name, and I wish Gladys all the best for her future, he said. Now, why is it? He says everyone has the right to defend their name, except if you're friendlyjordies. New South Wales is still in lockdown. Victoria's still in lockdown. Yeah, some of us are still in lockdown. I missed that. Let me be very clear. I'll miss that. Let me be very clear. The Premier will be questioned about grants awarded or promised to the Australian Clay Target Association in Wagga Wagga and to the Riverina Conservatorium of Music in Wagga Wagga at a time when Mr. Maguire was local member. Well, she did. She let Gladys's achievement was letting COVID spread through the nation. The hearings will examine whether she breached public trust by failing to report anything in relation to her then boyfriend, Mr. Maguire, that she could constitute corrupt politician. Please know she's gone. Let me be clear. Let me be very clear. She's gone. It's expected to run for 10 days and will be live streamed via their ICAC website. What do you reckon? ICAC will have massive hits during those 10 days, hey? She confirmed at a corruption inquiry last year that she'd been in a relationship with Mr. Maguire since 2015, up until a few months before the inquiry. His resignation came after he admitted to a separate ICAC that he'd sought payment over a property deal. This is interesting, the Fox. Yes. GF. I like how ScoMo praised her integrity when she's facing a corruption hearing. Yes, I think Queensland will be in. Yes, and I think that is also linked to New South Wales. So New South Wales is sharing the love. Let's just have a look. So friendlyjordies. Let's have a look. He does this in his own style. So let's see what he's got to say. He's hashtagged it. He's put a good day for New South Wales. Hashtag koala killer. Now let me just fix up the sound.
How scared I am of opening these bottles. Really hate that this is the case.
Okay, let me take that back. Sorry, I didn't put the sound up. The interesting thing is that there's been 3 Liberal premiers that have been brought down by ICAC and 1 Labor premier, 1 Labor. So let me just tell you that. Anyway, there's fun. All right, let's have a look. Let's see what friendlyjordies has got to say.
Everyone's just going to see how scared I am of opening these bottles. I really hate that this is the case. I'm not a dad that lives in the suburbs. It's always, I'll handle this one, mate. Thanks, Pops. But desperate times call for celebratory measures. Hell yeah. This is a rental. That was not a good idea to get that documented on film nonetheless. You know what this is?
So she's been accused of conflict. So Maguire's seat got a whole pile of funding given to it. He can hardly contain himself. So it's got to do with Maguire and Wagga Wagga and funding to the Clay Association and all that sort of stuff.
Is it reference to, right? Well, I'm assuming that you do, seeing as it's played all over the news. So much so that when I was walking to the bottle to get this, I came across 4 people, 2 guys walking past, skating guys going, yeah, then another guy saying, you're a good chap today, mate, and I was. And then I walked into PWS, and the guy says, I think I know what you're doing, mate, and directs me to the champagne, of which I bought the cheapest because I reward service. Now, let's just go through the big headline here. Did you know that Gladys Berejiklian just stepped out? Wasn't expecting that. Was expecting...
Koalas will be cheering today. Do you think he's happy? Do you think he's happy? Does he look? I mean, he looks gutted, doesn't he? He looks kind of.
Headline here. Did you know that Gladys Berejiklian just stepped out? Wasn't expecting that. Was expecting it at some time, but I thought it would be closer to the election. But ICAC, thank God for those guys. Isn't that just the institutional equivalent of Wile E. Coyote holding a stick of dynamite in a cave and then it blowing up? That was designed to get a bunch of Labour MPs out, and it's gotten a fraction of what the scalps that it's claimed, including a premier. Because, yeah, she's going to say that history's going to prove me right. She can say a little "Don't cry for me, Argentina" now, but that's because people still remember her. What's going to happen in a year? Interesting times ahead. But there's just a couple of notes that I think that we really should go past, which is, my God, the press did everything they could to keep you in the dark about that. Remember when ICAC first started fishing around, and this is actually when people started thinking, nah, like, she's got a use-by date on her. She is the cottage cheese of premiers.
He's like, he can't even keep a straight face. He's like so excited. Well, and that's why the feds won't put in a federal ICAC, because you know what's going to happen. They will lose. Australian politics seem more funding. Oh, the feds know that if they put in a federal ICAC, they will lose their majority. And we will have to have an election.
There is going to be a point where the axe is going to have to fall down. And I honestly thought when I heard that she was making an announcement about it today that she was just going to fight it out to the bitter end and say, no, well, I've got nothing else going on in my life. May as well just stay out here. Maybe COVID's going to be so bad when we reopen that this is just a more graceful way of leaving.
See, I was surprised she wasn't going to fight it. I was surprised. Isn't she dating an ICAC lawyer, though? All right.
It's a way of leaving on corruption suspicion. But, yeah, look, essentially, just as a little debrief, obviously the whole Darryl Maguire incident and then the press running it as, we've all had a bastard of a man in our life in the past. Can't we all just learn to forgive? Yes, yes. Being the Premier of New South Wales should be reduced to being a main character on Neighbours. Job there.
Bail before reopening and run off with. I think he nailed it, bail before reopening, run off with her ICAC lawyer. Oh, he represented her. Aren't you not? You're not supposed to go. You're not supposed to date your clients, are you? Isn't that like a bit unprofessional? And he wouldn't be able to represent her now because that would be, wouldn't that now be a conflict of interest? There's just more problems there.
Yeah, Sydney Morning Herald, really holding them to account with all of your fancy lunches with her. And look, if you need any more proof of that, Fin Review, which is basically just the Sydney Morning Herald for the CBD region, look at that. On the day that she resigned, Australia's most powerful people, Gladys Berejiklian in the corner looking like a member of BTS.
Oh, really? Oh, you can represent your family members? Oh, I wouldn't. I wouldn't even represent my friends. I'd advise them to get a lawyer.
Gladys Berejiklian in the corner looking like a member of BTS. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. They would have known that she was going to step down. That's the kind of gossip that circulates around Parliament, and yet, what do they put at the front? Still one of the most powerful.
This is it. This was today's Australian Financial Review. The Australian Financial Review magazine. Power. Gladys Berejiklian Power 2021. This was released today. Today. I think he did too. I know he was actually, wasn't Porter, no, Porter's dating a criminal lawyer, I thought.
What do they put at the front? Still one of the most powerful people. Well, we already made the headline. We may as well just get it out. How about you inform the public, eh? Then they wouldn't be watching me, and I could get back to reviewing maths. It's unbelievable. We shouldn't have even gotten to this stage where ICAC is just saying, no, like, we're going ahead with this. You had your chance to step down gracefully. If there was a skerry of an honest press in this country, she would have stepped down a year ago. The problem is, her stepping down a year ago means that all the shit kickers that you don't even know about start shuffling up to the top. They're going to make that little conga line up there. Stay tuned for Matt King. Where's he going to go, eh?
I don't think I've ever seen him so happy. No, Porter's not dating Gladys. At least I don't think so.
Keen on Keen. You see the Morning Herald is. You know, he's going to get a fat promotion. He's one of the factional bosses out there that'll be pulling the strings behind the scenes. So, look, let's just be honest. Even though we, you know, it's a leadership suspicion, we all know it, but, like, come on, it's John Perrottet that's taken the reins. Look at how much coverage that guy has gotten ever since this ICAC stuff started happening on Channel 9. You'll see it every single night. The Treasurer of New South Wales just constantly in a helicopter, inspecting a new hospital. I mean, yeah, I suppose you could make the argument, yep, I paid for all of that, but that's not usually what happens. It's usually the Premier that's doing that. They're obviously setting him up for the next raid, but the one that we're, like, really keen on is this David Elliott character. Stay tuned for that. Let's see where he lands, because, buddy, we've got stories on you.
He's super happy, friendly Jordies. He isn't me. Oh.
It's a great day for New South Wales.
So that was Friendly Jordies' reaction to it. So, there you go. break this down a little bit further. So this is why she resigned. So this is what we in her own words, Gladys Berejiklian said her resignation could not have happened at the worst time. So why did she do it? I know friendlyjordies is just so devastating. It comes down to a few things, and one of them is New South Wales all-powerful corruption watchdog. ICAC announced on Friday it was investigating whether Miss Berejiklian breached the public trust when she awarded grants to several community organisations in the New South Wales Riverina region between 2012 and 2018. That also coincides to, I think, the time that she was dating Maguire and the time that he was that local member. The extraordinary revelation came as the state braces for its most challenging months in terms of COVID-19, hospitalisation, and begins a process of emerging from lockdown. This is what the ICAC is and why it's investigating. So ICAC is a body tasked to investigate alleged corruption conduct in New South Wales public sector, including members of parliament. I can see everyone's devastated. I'm picking up the vibe. In this instance, the watchdog will examine whether there was a conflict between Miss Berejiklian's public duties and private interests when she was in a relationship with former Liberal MP Daryl Maguire. I don't know, Poppy Seeds. How will you ever carry on? Specifically, it's funny though how many people that I have seen that have said the wrong premier's gone. It should have been Andrews. As far as I know, Andrews wasn't dating Daryl Maguire. So specifically, ICAC will scrutinise grant funding awarded or promised to the Australian Play Target Association and the Riverina Conservatorium of Music in Wagga Wagga when Mr Maguire was local member. It will also investigate whether Miss Berejiklian engaged in conduct that involved the dishonest or partial exercise of any of her official duties, functions, or if she refused to exercise her duty to report any matter she suspected may concern corrupt conduct concerning the activities of Mr Maguire. These questions are the subject of a public inquiry. So last year, ABC's 7:30 report revealed that Berejiklian oversaw a fund that set aside $5.5 million for the Australian Plate Association Clubhouse and Convention Centre in Wagga Wagga when she was State Treasurer. So this goes back way before she was even the Premier. The program also revealed Miss Maguire had written to her asking for her assistance to fund the program. A New South Wales parliamentary, the grant was approved from the Regional Growth, Environmental and Tourist Fund in 2017. A New South Wales parliamentary inquiry into government grants also heard that she announced a $20 million for the Riverina Conservatorium of Music during the 2018 Wagga Wagga by-election, sparked by the resignation of Mr Maguire. The money was to continue work on an already committed $10 million for the facility. It prompted questions as to whether Ms Berejiklian's role in facilitating grants in Mr Maguire's electorate and whether she declared a personal conflict of interest during the process. She confirmed her relationship with Mr Maguire during an ICAC hearing. He resigned after he admitted to a separate inquiry that he'd sought payment over a property deal. ICAC is also investigating whether Mr Maguire used his position to improperly gain benefit for himself, and she's denied being involved in any corrupt wrongdoing. So she resigned from the office as Premier and a Member of Parliament. She would step down as soon as a by-election could be held. While speculation has already begun on who will fill that role, all eyes will be on the ICAC investigation dubbed Operation Keppel. The public inquiry is expected to run for 10 days from Monday, the October 18, for the purpose of gathering evidence. A witness list will be published in the next few days. Interesting. I'd love to see that witness list. Given COVID-19 restrictions, the proceedings will be conducted remoted via link and live streamed. Upon conducting the inquiry, ICAC will publish a report to Parliament detailing its findings. She's not the first New South Wales Premier to be called to front ICAC, or is she the last one to resign, the only one to resign? Ironically, Liberal Premier Nick Greiner, who was responsible for creating ICAC, was found guilty by the body in 1992 for appointing a fellow Liberal MP to a senior public service position to regain a safe seat. In 2014, Premier Barry O'Farrell resigned after falsely denying to ICAC he had received a bottle of wine from Associate of Labor power broker Eddie Abid, whose own shady exploits have been well documented by the corruption watchdog, along with former Labor Minister Ian MacDonald. So there you go. So she's the third New South Wales Premier to be done. It's quite interesting, though, that Nick Reiner, who actually set up... No, I didn't. I actually was watching it yesterday. I didn't watch it today. I didn't see a lot of it. So let's see what some of the reactions been. I actually took some screenshots of them. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at what they've all said today. As I said, I've had people that have been very, very upset. I have blamed ICAC for the bad timing. And I said, well, why is it ICAC's fault that she's corrupt? Yes, Bob Cartwright. So Helen Dalton, she said, I'd like to officially rule myself out as a contender for the next New South Wales Premier. I'm too busy focusing on my electorate and my farm animals. And Mark Lawyers says it's kind of funny that ICAC has taken down 3 Liberal premiers and no Labor ones. That doesn't let me do it? Nope. Oh, here we go. Bruz. I served as Deputy Premier to Gladys B for almost 5 years, and in that time she has led this state through some of its darkest days. Everyone has the right to defend their name, and I wish Gladys all the best for her future. Simon Birmingham, I've been proud to call Gladys B a friend for nearly 30 years. I still am. A harder worker, more diligent and principled person you would be hard-placed to find. She has steered New South Wales through the most challenging of times. I wish Gladys every happiness in the future. Barnaby. Gladys B has done an exceptional job serving and leading New South Wales. I am certain the New South Wales Liberal and Nationalist government will carry on the vital work they were elected to do and take the strongest economy in our nation further yet again. I've got to do that one. Tony Abbott. Gladys Berejiklian can hold her head up high despite today. I just read that. I read that. She can hold her head up high despite today. Sorry. All right, let me read this again. Gladys Berejiklian can hold her head up high despite today and be proud of her leadership of our state. That's why I've read it a few times, Short Order Cook. Gladys Berejiklian can hold her head up high, comma, despite today, comma, and be proud of her leadership of our state. She has been the one premier who's taken freedom seriously, even in the pandemic. Everyone in New South Wales should be grateful for her service and for her efforts to let us live free despite the virus. He did cop a fine for not for not wearing a mask. But isn't Sydney still locked down? Everyone in New South Wales should be grateful for her service and for her efforts to let us live free despite the virus. I think a lot of people are still in lockdown. So if that's living free, good. It must have been very hard for her to come to this decision, and she's to be admired for declining to cling to office. Still, it's sad to lose someone of her calibre from our public life. almighty. That's a crack up. Oh, boy. Yeah, but the Easter rich suburbs, yeah. This one says, the Premier of New South Wales resigned today. I know during this pandemic she's worked tirelessly to try and keep the public safe. I haven't agreed with every decision made, but I know the actions taken have saved many lives and it hasn't been easy. Thank you, Premier. Yes, the ICAC hearing plan to create is supposed to be live streamed. So there you go. That's a fun. If you missed it before, that is the Australian Financial Review magazine that came out today. That's the cover. Oh yeah. Oh, wait on. And then Goldston, and then friendlyjordies says, how crooked would it look if Gladys gets a job at a bank after all of this? So, as I said, he's been having a field day. Friendlyjordies has had a field day today. He has loved it. Oh, there's still more. Okay, and then Verily Jiglian, where are we? Did not have to leave Parliament. She could have stood aside during ICAC investigation. Why did she chose to leave? Why? And then we have this is Doug Cameron. Forget all the rhetoric and assertions of loving the people of New South Wales from Gladys. She's under investigation for corrupt conduct, breaching public trust and dishonesty over a 6-year period. So there you go. So there you go. That is all. That is the latest with Gladys. So, yeah. And she did her very last press conference today. You're not going to see her in front of the press again. I did like Doug Cameron. I liked Doug Cameron. He seemed to be, pretty on the money. So there you go. So she's gone. I think they did. Nature. Well, if you get Perrottet, he will just open everything up, I guess. You're going to miss her waffling on. Swollen Pickle is going to be out of a job. If you haven't followed Swollen Pickle has actually been putting together, editing all her press conferences together. So that's Gladys. But you guys in the US and the UK, you don't have politicians like this, do you? Oh dear. Or do they just not get caught? Doubles the security. Yeah, I think so. All right. The other thing that's happened today is that ScoMo has decided that the international borders are going to be opened in November, despite the fact that we can't travel around our own country. I can't travel to WA and not going to be able to for a long time. But he's going to let everybody else, ScoMo's going to let everybody else in. And, yeah. She might be gone. She might be forgotten. Oh. We follow house advice. Let me be very clear. All right. Let's take a break. from all of that stuff, let's look at something completely and utterly different. So you're filming a documentary on crocodiles. You've got very expensive equipment. And a crocodile eats your equipment. What do you tell your boss? Yeah, maybe we can go from Queensland to New South Wales via Singapore. Well, that's what's happened. Croc bites drone at Darwin Wildlife Park during crocodile territory documentary filming. Yes. Let's have a look. Oh! I jumped! There you go. What did you reckon about that? Did you jump? I hadn't seen it, so. Shall we look at it again? We need to make that big screen. Let's make that big screen. All right, let's go again. I still jumped. No, I haven't watched the latest Michael West media video. We'll have to do it. I still jumped and I knew it was coming. All right. So it's the most powerful bite in the animal kingdom. ABC News drone took the brunt of a bite force when a saltwater crocodile leapt up and plucked it from midair while ABC cameraman Dane Hurst was filming in Darwin. A freak event occurred during production of an ABC's News multi-platform documentary, Crocodile Territory, which airs tonight. The documentary marks the 50th anniversary of the ban on hunting the ancient reptiles in the Northern Territory. Mr. Hurst said he hadn't been long filming when he heard the kind of sound you only hear when the saltwater croc snaps its jaw shut at breakneck speed. I set the drone up over a small lagoon at Crocodile Park, and all the crocs were really skittish. But there was one crocodile that was holding its ground and really eyeballing the drone. So I thought, great, I'll use this fellow. He's in a stationary spot. I can get some decent shots of him. I loaded the drone up, moved over top of him, and as I was doing it, I looked up towards the lagoon and saw a crocodile vertical out of the water and heard the great clamping noise of a crocodile's jaw coming together. When he looked up, the drone had gone. I looked down at my controller, and it was a blank screen and no connection. While Mr. Hurst missed seeing the croc take the drone down, it was witnessed by a young child who was on the tour of the bus on the park. The grandfather of the child approached the cameraman and confirmed to Mr. Hurst that what he'd already knew deep down. I thought, oh, wow, that was a brand new drone. And this is going to be really hard to explain to the boss. The drone had been purchased for the shoot and was on its maiden flight. Oh, look at it. Oopsies. So they recovered the footage after the croc relinquished the drone. So that's what's left of it. Crocodile Park Emily Broomhog said the drone had flown over a large lagoon of large crocodiles up to a 5-metre long before encountering some very cheeky girls. The little crocs took it down and won the day. They're such opportunists and they look out for something different. The drone was believed to have ended up in the crocodile's stomach or at the bottom of the lagoon, but was found mangled and full of bite holes on the bank 2 weeks later. We're going to have a look when we drained the lagoon. We were going to have a look when we drained the lagoon, and we were all kind of joking and laughing about wondering what kind of condition we would find it in. Some cheeky croc had obviously found it on the bottom and thought they'd have a bit of a go at it and they've dragged it up on land for us, which is awesome because it was nice and easy to fetch out. The drone had been damaged beyond repair, but the card with the footage survived, enabling the team to retrieve what was shot. Luckily for me, at the ABC, we've got some very clever technicians and they managed to retrieve the footage. The drone now hangs in the ABC's news crew room as a cautionary tale. So don't mess around. So there you go. That's the drone. What was left of it, hey? So instead of the dog ate my homework, the croc ate my drone. So there you go. That would have been a very interesting. That would have made a very interesting discussion with the boss to explain why you lost your drone. So just to reiterate, ICAC starts on the 18th of October. Bruz has his next hearing for his matter on the 15th. Just so that you know. The crops are photos taken. Well, yeah, after 2 weeks when it reappeared. So they a feed issue? No, I don't know that there's a feed issue. I just hadn't said anything for a couple of seconds. So that was all. Bruce. So, oh, it's back? Okay. So Japan's Princess Mako, I'm sorry, I'm not very good at pronouncing all these names. She's actually giving up her royal status. But she's finally getting married. So she's actually going to leave the royal family. She's actually leaving. Oh, sorry, she's actually leaving the royal family. So after years of intense scrutiny and criticism that cast their engagement in an unflattering light, the date for Japanese Princess Mako's wedding to former college classmate has been finally announced. The 29-year-old niece of Emperor Naruhito became engaged to Mr. Kimono in 2017, and the two initially captivated the public with their smiles at each other in a news conference to announce the event. However, news reports soon emerged about a financial dispute between Mr. Kimuro's mother, Kao, and Kao's former fiancé. So in 2018, the young couple's marriage was postponed. In August that year, Mr. Kimuro departed Japan to attend law school in the United States and did not return until Monday. The Imperial Household Agency, which runs the lives of the royal family, made the announcement of the wedding date at a news conference. It also said the princess is suffering from a form of post-traumatic stress disorder, who has for years struggled what has been termed as an adjustment disorder. As customary, Princess Mako will leave the royal family upon her marriage to take place on October 26th. None of the ceremonies that usually accompany a royal marriage will take place, and the princess will forego a one-off payment of US $1 million to which she is entitled, the media reports have said. They will register their marriage at a local government office, which records the imperial family, adjusted to reflect that Princess Mako has left it. So she's walking away from the royal family. Controversy over the pair's marriage started when, so they said that. So her and her son failed to repay a debt of about $35,000. They're saying it was provided as a gift, not a loan. So he completed his studies at Fordham Law School. He took the bar exam, and that will enable him to practice law in the US this summer. According to media reports, he secured a job as a clerk in a law office in the US. He flew into Tokyo late on Monday for his first visit in 3 years, sporting a ponytail, and that set off widespread tabloid and television discussion about whether he was being disrespectful. A recent poll by the Daily News outlet showed 38% of respondents supported the marriage, while 35% opposed it, and 26% didn't care. So she's given up the royal family for love, hey? It's interesting. So not even the Japanese royal family cannot, be without scandal. Okay, let's go to our favourite YouTuber. I saw this today, and I had to laugh because there was another live stream today. And fortunately, Llama Girl has done the work for us all, so we don't have to sit through it all. It says, Tipster wrote, wait, are you telling me a mainstream news outlet just dunked on without a crystal ball and her fake news? So it says, WFLA News answers a question that confirms WOACB official is not a credible news source. Never heard of them, and I've been in the industry my entire life. There's a lot of folk that are just looking to generate clicks. Shade. Wow. Michael West deserves a mention. I can grab a look at him in a minute. Todd Chrisley did call her a trash rag, yes. So she's been called out by a media outlet for being nothing more than a gossiper. All right. So as I said, Llama Girl has solved all our problems for us. So we're going to do this in 2 minutes. So fortunately, she's done it in 2-minute chunks, so we don't actually have to sit through it all. All right, so let's have a look at this first one. I've just got to find where the thing is.
Hi guys. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Very impromptu, and I really gotta say I don't know how long this is gonna last. This new body cam video is very long, and it's also very heartbreaking. And I haven't really done a live stream this week, so I figured I should check in with you guys. And I was like, okay, this would be a good topic to do it on, just because we can kind of talk about things as we see them. I shared several clips of this on my Instagram. If you haven't shared it, or if you haven't seen my Instagram, or on my YouTube, my Instagram and my Facebook. If you're not following me on Instagram, it's Without a Crystal Ball, and on Facebook, it's facebook.com/Without a Crystal Ball.
Is there something wrong with it?
Incredibly impromptu, and so I don't know who's still awake. It's late. There was a couple things on this dash cam video, or the body cam video, that I thought was kind of perplexing and really.
What is wrong with this?
Really sad, and just totally. It's been an overwhelming couple weeks covering this story, and I don't know about you as you continue to get more details about everything that happened on this trip between these two. You start to really feel for the stress that must have existed between them. And
I thought they were on a trip around the US. How was that stressful? I don't know.
And yeah, it's been tough. So today there was a lot that happened. The FBI was at Brian's house again. They had looking for DNA or something, I don't know what. And then there also was
what you doing? So that was the first one. What was that about? Can someone explain? So it says KJ's acting so weird in her intro. Strange faces, tongue out, looking over her shoulder at her imaginary friend. Ooh, what is she picking and rolling between her fingers, speculating always about BL? She spends so much time trying to clean up rumors and wants to stay in the middle. What does that mean? She tried to explain why she isn't emotional about the case. All right, let's have a look. It's not the cat. It's not Bobby. Right, let's have a look. Are you moving?
I was looking through just everything today, and I've been trying to keep up. I've been trying to think straight. I've been trying to keep things at a level where I can stay mentally healthy, because this is a tough story to cover, and it's a tough case to cover. And then you have Gabby's family that is grieving right now, and you have the whole nation wanting to capture Brian Laundrie, and we still don't know where he is. We don't know if he is in a lake under.
What? Oh no, she's not going there.
Gone. We don't know if he is gone somewhere else. And
Oh, just be glad you can't hear her short of the cook. Let me try and help that. You're gonna sign out? Okay. All right. Oh dear. All right, let's try this. No, this is her real voice. I'll see if I can get it for you. Can you hear it now?
I was looking through just everything today, and I've been trying to keep up. I've been trying to think straight. I've been trying to keep things at a level where I can stay mentally healthy, because this is a tough story to cover, and it's a tough case to cover. And then you have Gabby's family that is grieving right now, and you have the whole nation wanting to capture Brian Laundrie, and we still don't know where he is.
I can't get it any louder. I'm really sorry. She's speculating that he could be in the bottom of a river somewhere.
Know if he is in a lake, underwater, gone.
She doesn't know. We don't know whether he's in a lake, underwater, or gone.
We don't know if he is gone somewhere else.
We don't know whether he's gone somewhere else.
And we'll never find his body.
Or that he's gone somewhere else and we will never find his body. Why are you speculating?
And we also don't know if he's on the run. And there's so much constant rumor and innuendo, and so much time I've been spending.
There's so much rumor and innuendo.
Trying to clean up rumors. And
She's spent so much time trying to clean up rumors.
videos and thinking, oh my gosh, is this it? Is that it? But tonight, I've been trying to keep very on this, where I'm like very.
She's been trying to keep very on this. What does that even mean?
In the middle. Like, I don't.
I've been trying to keep very on this in the middle.
get really emotionally charged by this.
She doesn't want to get emotionally charged by this.
Very emotionally charged topic, but I'm trying to keep level-headed, and that can be challenging at times, and it can be really challenging when you see things like what are.
She's trying to keep a level head, but it's very challenging at times.
We're talking about tonight, and it's they released new footage, and
they've released new footage,
it's awful.
And it's awful.
So I really hope they saw that footage before seeing it online with everyone else. Yeah, I mean, it's a complicated situation for sure. So yeah, let's talk about this live. Let's talk about this footage and try to get abreast of everything that's happening here.
So let's talk about this footage and try to get abreast of everything that's happened. All right, sorry that I can't make it any louder. All right, so she's here. This is the one where she's freaking out because nobody's watching. And she's not very happy that nobody's watching. This is all. And I have to. Oh, I have to. Yeah, it's not very good for sound. I apologize. I've got everything turned up really loud, so I'll try and translate for you where I can.
And this officer, Pratt, was one of the main officers on the staff, and you see a completely different side of things with Gabby. And it, I think, makes you realize how complex these situations are for everyone involved. And for some reason, I'm not getting this video out.
No way.
What is my notifications? Are they not going on?
Well, yeah, let's just make it all about me, not about the actual crime or the fact that there's a family that's lost a daughter.
I'm trying to get this up, and this is not typical.
Happy people just don't want to watch. Oh, look, I hope that my stuff's gotten better, by the way, Will. I hope that I'm getting better. I think my editing's getting better. I've been doing,
Can I share it on Instagram? Oh, you guys. For some reason, I can't get this. These people here, it's low compared to where we're normally at. I want to make sure that I get people on talk about this.
You're joking. She said earlier, though, that it was late. It was late and it was impromptu. Maybe people had other things to do. That is correct.
The like-dislike ratio has absolutely nothing to do with it for me. It doesn't matter. All of my videos get tons of downvotes before we get started. It's totally normal. People that don't like my channel will come hit the dislike just for fun. It doesn't really matter to me.
Oh, dear me. Can I read some of the comments? I couldn't see them all. They were going too fast. So I can see if I can, let's go back and see if I can slow them down. Oh, that's actually the viewers. That's the number of people, the participants. So this is the participants list here of all the people in there. She went through and had a look, I think. So they're the participants list of all the people. And I believe there was something like 300. Oh, what's this one? Hold on. Where was it? No, I can't grab the comments. Where's the comments? Oh, the comments of her, like, yeah, I was trying to find the comments. There was some there. I didn't see them all though. Oh, here we go. Let's have a look. I wish Brian would have taken off. No, I can't read them. No, I can't read it. I'm sorry. Look how many are watching, but still not enough for her. Blames on notifications, time of day. She's convinced that there's something going on. But if a story is really important, you go ahead regardless. Let's have a look. So this says, yet another reason why they have took him into custody. One thing's for sure, these officers won't be getting any good sleep anytime soon. She's not happy.
The like-dislike ratio has absolutely nothing
Volume's
to do with it.
higher.
That doesn't matter. All of my videos get tons of downvotes before we get started. It's totally normal. The people that don't like my channel will come hit the dislike just for fun. It doesn't really matter to me. But let's see. I'm trying to get this so that notifications clearly are not working.
But that's right. She's there just for numbers. She's not there for the story. This is all about clout chasing, in my opinion. Otherwise, I'd go, oh, I've only got 33 people watching. Oh, my notifications aren't going out. I don't care whether people watch or not. But then don't forget, she's got her hearing with Little Miss Noble on the 8th of October. She's got costs she's got to pay. She's got a lawyer she's got to pay.
Trying to get this, so clearly we're not working right now. I don't know what's going on here. I might need to try this again. You just got your notification.
Without a crystal ball, GF.
It's very bizarre. I'm not seeing people here. It might be the day, it might be the time.
You're not seeing people. You got 300 people in your chat. If I had 300 people in my chat, I'd be doing a dance. Oh, she did get a K later? Okay. Yeah, but she's allegedly got 181,000. She's got 181,000 subs, and she can't get 1,000 people on her channel. I know you can have some great. I mean, sometimes and the smaller ones are really easy to handle because you can actually give everybody the attention that you need. What's she doing? So she's not happy with the ones she's got.
Something is going on here. I just shared it onto my Instagram. I'm gonna see if that helps because this is unusual for this right now. And I'm trying to make this so that everyone can see this and it's not
because I need super chats and I need super stickers. I need super stat chats and super stickers, and I need members because I need to pay for my lawyer next week. So there you go. So don't forget, she's going to start. She's probably doing this. She's going to probably start this spiraling as we get close to the court date. All right, here we go. There's still more. Unbelievable. She might cut it short because the numbers aren't high enough and she doesn't want to spend the time. She then says it matters because she wants to make sure she has an engaged like audience. It will impact people that want to see the channel. And she gets a super chat. Look at this. Look. What? There's someone. Someone's just made a super chat, right?
People are cutting these officers too much slack. They're told who was doing the abuse, did nothing about it, regardless of how much training they did or did not have. They should have. Work night and late. Yeah, I guess so, but it's not that late. These numbers, I'm concerned. I don't want to spend a lot of time. If we can't get any more people here, I might just cut this short and do it later. Do it instead of doing a live stream. Maybe we can do a video, or maybe I can just show you some clips. I'm waiting to see if more people show up. Not that many people left.
Some people left.
I'm always late for live streams. This is really bizarre though. I don't know. This is really bizarre. Okay. Well, we're 10 minutes into this video, and I feel like I might need to.
So she's 10 minutes into the video. She's got 300 and something people watching, and it's not good enough.
How is everyone doing? It matters because I want to make sure that I have an engaged audience, and I want to make sure that
You have an engaged audience. They're talking. They're chatting. So Llama Girls was showing all the participants here. An engaged audience. File not found. It's bizarre. Why would... So this is a waste of a 10-minute... She wastes a whole poll.
and I want to make sure that the audience is all here. And if I'm having trouble with notifications and it doesn't get pushed out, then it will impact other people that might be wanting to see this on my channel. So it just ends up being I have to do. I'm trying to do.
Oh, this comment here is... This is so weird. Why does it matter? Yeah, why? Why does it matter?
What's best for everyone, not just me and them and you and all of that. So, how am I doing? I don't know.
The real question is, how are you doing, Katie?
Okay. I mean,
All right, she's talking so much about what she's doing, then goes on to say she loves covering and changes the word. She's talking about cases as if she's a lawyer. She wants to provide it balance. She should resign from making videos.
tough because there is so much here that is so much unanswered, right? The Memorial last week was
Hang on.
so overwhelming.
Hang on.
Way better than.
Wait on. All right. Let's go back into... All right, let's go back and have a look at this.
Doing way better than the Petito family and Schmidt. So my heart goes out to them. My heart goes out to Nicole and It's tough because there is so much here that is so much unanswered. Right? Like the memorial last week was so overwhelming. So many people went and they said paid their last respects to Gabby, and
tell ya. Have you gone live more than a couple of times today? YouTube stops live notifications after so many.
I haven't gone live at all today. No. I've uploaded, but no live.
Maybe YouTube says no more.
Okay. Some notifications, but no. Generally, if people are like subscribed and they have all the notifications turned on, it's unaffected. So it's been a really I have to mix up the content on this channel. Like I really enjoy doing stories that are complex and cases that are multifaceted and have a lot of different layers, and that will require me to be challenged and to provide a balanced thought to it. And then it's like you have to mix that kind of content with stuff that's just lighter, and that's the challenge in all of this, is that there's this case, and then I am also doing the Josh Duggar case, which is also incredibly heavy. So it's a lot. But the memorial for Gabby was very, very like emotional, and I don't know if you guys had a chance to watch, but
You're joking.
Joseph Tito and the stepmother talk about Gabby. And I feel for them, and then I watched their press conference.
Oh, are they? That's interesting. Yeah, she's going to start her spiral soon because, as I said, she's got on the 8th her matter with Little Miss Noble. That's going to be interesting.
And I was just like so heartbroken.
So what have we learnt so far from these lives? Right on. Yeah, we listened to that. We don't want to hear you again. Shush. All right. I might skip one. I might skip a few. She's a joke. She's...
That caused so much confusion for so many reporters. And I think Dog's entrance into this has created...
So she's criticizing Dog, the bounty hunter now, and now she's talking about... Oh.
I think that caused so much confusion for so many reporters. And I think Dog's entrance into this has created a lot of chaos, not because he wants to find Brian, but it's hard when you have an official investigation, and then as the reporter you want to maintain the integrity of that investigation, because it's important for the FBI that investigation not be hindered. And so it's
there's a super chat there, $10. You can't hear KJ. Just be very grateful you can't, Cal, because I can.
Want to, I don't know. I think Dog ends up confusing people, and I think people don't understand how serious the investigation is. It's so much different than like going someone that's jumping bail on like the shoplifting charge. It's so different. And then
she say so? She just said it's so different than somebody just jumping a shoplifting charge. The guy is wanted for fraud. He's not wanted for murder. They've charged him. The warrant is for accessing her account. So it is nothing more like it's. Am I? he was a person of interest. Then they discovered that he was using her bank account, and they've put out on the arrest warrant for that, unauthorized use of bank account or something like that. That's all. I haven't even been following the case that closely, and I know that much.
This morning, this article comes out, and it says that he's trying to shop the Variety puts out that he's shopping like a reality TV show with Think Factory. Think Factory is the production company that puts out a lot of the shows on VTV, and he's apparently trying to shop a reality show. And I think the struggle with that is that this is not a reality show. This is real life, and this investigation is not entertainment.
What do you think a reality show is? It's real life. It's called reality. Yes, it's highly edited, but they follow him around during his real life. Did you really just use that argument? It's not a reality show, it's real life. Do you know?
This is real life.
He could actually be filming stuff. He could have a camera crew with him to make it into a reality show, which
the struggle with that is that this is not a reality show. This is real life, and this investigation is not entertainment. It's not for somebody else's entertainment.
But hang on. She was just carrying on about not enough people watching her, right? It's in her entertainment. She's the one that's turned it into entertainment.
Not going on a hunt and finding clues, and then littering your Twitter with these tiny little tidbits to get people to click on to the next thing.
And isn't that what you're doing?
You start to realize that, as Fox was releasing that kind of stuff yesterday, I was feeling really confused because I was like, okay, if you were really serious about catching him, and if you're really serious about wanting to find him, this production, it's confusing. It's making people feel like they're going to be able to get it. No, he actually doesn't have a show right now. His show was canceled.
So she's talking about, but she's just doing exactly what she was accused. Have you seen her Twitter? Probably have. Oh, all right. Now she's reaching again.
He doesn't have a show coming out right now. He's shopping one. That's what Variety said. The last show he had was canceled.
Variety says he doesn't have a new show, so it must be right because Variety said it, right? Variety says it must be right. It's just like if Murdoch Media says it, it must be true, right?
Not happening. It was going to be on Sunday, and it's not happening. So, I think maybe the FBI has maybe talked to dogs to potentially back up a little bit. I think it's tricky because this is an FBI investigation and it's an active investigation. It's very different than one where the jury has already spoken. He went and got Andrew Lester after Andrew Lester had been convicted. This is not a case where Brian has been convicted. They're still trying to build their case against Brian. And they don't want anyone to hamper the ability for any sort of evidence to be destroyed. So destruction of evidence is a huge component, and the FBI hates destruction of evidence. The FBI also hates looking.
Hang on. The FBI hates the destruction of evidence. How does she know that? Oh, really? Her favorite? Did the Dr. Grande say it? Well, then it must be true. It must be true, Dr. Grande. In fact, you know what? I've just about had enough. I know people sat through this, but I'm just about ready to throw in the towel and put my hands up and say I've had enough because it's I'm annoyed.
The FBI doesn't like to make the suspect believe that they're onto them, that they know where they are, because if the suspect knows where someone that the FBI is coming in, and if the suspect can feel them coming, they are likely to do really unpredictable things.
Oh no!
They will destroy evidence. They will potentially harm themselves.
Oh.
They will potentially harm somebody else, and they don't want. If Brian's alive, the last thing they want is for Brian to hurt himself. They don't want Brian, if Brian's alive, to destroy evidence, and they also don't want Brian to hurt anybody else. So, yeah, so I don't.
You just don't like you don't like dog, admit it.
It's not about liking dog and not liking dog. It's really just trying to, for me personally, respect the authority of the FBI.
It's about respecting the authority of the FBI. She's just.
What it comes down to, like respecting the process as hard as that is, and respecting that we don't know what they know, and because we don't know.
What on earth was that? So essentially, she's dishing the dog. Okay, so she talks about this one. Says that that dog got involved because of huge media attention, but she doesn't have. She's got 12. She's done 12 to 13 videos. Body cam footage, speculation, trigger warning. Another trigger warning. Well, maybe she's wanting to join the FBI. So she's gone through. She took the body cam image frame by frame and criticized everything that they said and did. I didn't hear the police call her crazy, Jack KJ. I don't know how it works in the US, but you wouldn't speak to a social worker here. You'd speak to a police officer or woman aide. So, all right, here we go. So this one's
Not necessarily treated the kindest, specifically in some of the most conservative sects of religious communities, and
so now she's
conservative.
She's speculating again.
Very conservative and very patriarchal, and women are not necessarily treated the kindest, specifically in some of the most conservative sects of religious communities, and I think that permeates just the whole mentality of how women are treated. I just feel like she was never given a chance to be treated like an adult. Yeah, they do need to have mental health professionals. Like they need to have someone, like a social worker, someone that can help. Or like, if they see she's having an anxiety attack, why not take her to the hospital? I mean, like.
Oh dear. They're police officers. They're not medical professionals. Yeah, I think it was the original clips.
Right? Like, go to the hospital. They said in their words that it was a mental health crisis. Well, if you believed it was a mental health crisis, why didn't you take her to the hospital? You know, like, that's my thought. Like, if you feel like she's having a lot of anxiety, maybe take her to the hospital or take her to the doctor. Like, there were so many other options they had here. It's so sad. No, none of the officers have said anything publicly. The chief of police is on leave. He took a leave. They haven't. I don't know if the female had body cam footage. If they had body cam footage of the female, I would love to see that. I would love to have seen how she spoke to her. if her mental crisis caused this, then why are they blaming her? Exactly.
My understanding is that police deal with a numerous amount of instances involving couples, and they have to make decisions on what they know, and I'm certain sometimes they don't get it right. However, if your system over there is anything like our system, the mental health system is overcrowded and underfunded. You know, quite often they just want to settle everything down. So all of her suggestions are great in an ideal world, but then it wouldn't work in reality in Australia, for example.
She could have gotten an evaluation at the hospital. It's just so.
You're assuming there's staff and assessments and things that can be done. That's exactly your mental health system. And she would have been sitting around for ages, and the police resources would have been wasted. But yeah, usually they try, and I mean, I had an incident. I think when I first started my channel, there was in fact they ended up being squatters, but we called the police out 3 times in 4 hours over a couple, and we kept calling them out, and they said to us there was nothing that they could do because all they could do was separate them, and they were delivering one person to another location to stay with some friends, try and calm it down, because they said there was the system was overcrowded. Oh, really? They don't fund any? Oh, well, there you go. So interesting. Sorry, Will.
So many opportunities missed.
Oops, the wrong thing came up. Sorry, Will.
They won't release it. She did. She spent the most time with Gabby, I think. So, anyways, thank you for hanging in there with me. I know the first 15 minutes were kind of a mess because I was waiting for the notifications to work. I'm apologizing if you watch this on replay. I wanted to make sure that I had as many of you here as possible that wanted to watch this live. I know so many of you enjoy these live.
No, I don't. I don't enjoy the lives. That's why I watch them with Llama Girl. She puts them into bite-sized pieces for me. Oh no. She's talking about her son. Oh no. And I can't look at that. Oh no, then she starts talking about herself. Sorry, I will. Then she starts, oh sorry, I forgot, you're not seeing it. If you want to go have a look, go check out Llama Girl on YouTube. So it says, KJ sometimes plays with her son to decompress because he makes me laugh. And then she mentions her story. And then she keeps thinking about herself. And then she's talking about some shows. So anyway, that is... I want to try again, yeah. I missed it too. Let me have a look. I'll have to look it up and see what you said, because Ralph tells me these things. Oh, it was the fudge word, was it? I've only got a few in there. Oh, yes. I just saw it. Actually, didn't I bring it up? That's what he said. All right, so I'm going to call it a night. Thank you all for joining me. We got through the KJ stuff. We got through the Gladys stuff. I know for a lot of people in New South Wales, they are celebrating. It's a shame they can't go out and party because they're in lockdown. But like Tony Abbott said that she protected the freedoms. Nightbot. yes, so thank you for joining me. And oh, that sounds like our Liberal National parties. They don't want to fund anything either, except you're glad to. Well, I actually went looking for your stream. I want to, and yeah. And if you haven't caught the end of last night's stream, you need to, because Andrew actually did a couple of songs for us, so that was good. I mean, where else do you get live music? Hey, maybe one day I'll sing for you on stream. Maybe. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Thank you for joining me. Have a good day, night, whatever, wherever you are in this big world. And I will catch you all again another day. Make sure you hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. And you can always join the choir. You don't need to be able to sing to join this choir. So have a good one. Bye for now.